Adam Haley joined alongside now by the men's basketball coach Jeremiah Samarrippas as they embark on another NCAA Southeast Regional Tournament bid. And Coach, first off, congratulations on the tournament bid. I think a lot of times, a lot of Splitter fans and other organizations, they think of making the NCAA tournament almost as one of the easier things to do because we do it almost, it seems like every year. But you know as well as anybody, this has been a tough battle to get back into the NCAA tournament.
Oh, it's extremely hard to get into the NCAA tournament. Then you try to get the best seed that you can get as well. I mean, we've only got, 2 teams from our conference that made it. So we are very fortunate to be one of the 8 in the region and, really happy to be back in the dance.
You take a look at the Southeast Regional field, and this may be one of the toughest regions in all of the NCAA Division II when you're talking about teams that have been nationally ranked, teams that have won their conference tournament, and we have played a couple of these teams already this season.
Yeah, you look at the different regions, obviously the 8 regions, our region, the Central region, the South Central region. I think those are the top 3 regions in the country, in my opinion. I mean, you look at ours, Augusta and Pembroke are ranked inside the top 10. I think we're at 11 or 12, after losing. North Georgia's been ranked. Aiken won the Peach Belt. Yeah. Lander's really good. Emmanuel's got probably got the longest winning streak right now, probably in our region, and the leading scorer in the country at our level. And then Catawba's really good too. I mean, they won our conference tournament. So, I mean, there's no bad opponent in this field. So you can look at it however you want to look at it. But if you don't bring your A game and you're not ready to go, you put yourself at risk at getting beat. So.
You talked about some of those teams. One of the things I think we talked about way back in, maybe in October, November, was the schedule. And you've already played 3 of the other 7 teams in the region when you're talking about Aiken, North Georgia, and Catawba.
Yeah, so I think we're battle tested. People would say otherwise looking at our strength of schedule, but we've played a really difficult schedule in my opinion. Even leading into it, the SAC games, you play teams a bunch of times and they know you really well. I think going into this tournament, you're fortunate because you get to play teams that don't know you as well. Mm-hmm. So it's a gift and a curse, but at the same time, again, you got to be ready to go. Everybody's extremely, extremely talented. You look down the list. I mean, Crawford at Augusta is elite. KJ Jones at Emmanuel, elite. Lander's got some really good players. Obviously, we've been digging in on them all week. Pembroke, one of the best teams in the country. Again, I can just go down the list of all these teams in the region and the players that they have, the coaches that are in the region that are really good. So we got to be ready to go if we want to have a chance to advance.
I almost feel like of all the teams we could have faced off in the first round, we draw Lander. You talked about the coaches and the knowledge of it. It's Omar Watad. It's somebody that you've sat on the bench with, both of you all being under Josh Schertz. It's 2 Josh Schertz assistants going head-to-head. Out of all the teams, this may have been, I don't know if it's one of the ones maybe you looked forward to, but at the same time, Omar kind of knows kind of what we do as well as we know kind of what Omar does.
Oh, yeah. O will do the best job preparing for LMU, in my opinion, out of anybody in the region, probably anybody in the country. He's already a fantastic coach, one of the best coaches, in the country at our level. You combine that with having a decent idea of what we do here and being here around our program for a while. And, yeah, I mean, they'll be prepared. But, again, it would have been nice if they were on the other side, of course. But, again, there's no hiding, from anybody. All these teams are really good. So, regardless of who we're playing, whether it be somebody we know or somebody we don't know, we got to prepare the same way. And it's about competition at this point. If you're not competitive, if you're not mentally tough, physically tough, and you're not ready to play, then, again, you put yourself at risk of losing.
You're one of the last 64 teams now in the nation as the tournament starts on Saturday. This is a little different than what we do typically for pregame. This one, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Your team's getting ready to head down to Augusta. You've got the noon tip-off against Lander. Why should LMU fans make the trip out to Augusta to support this team?
Well, I think our guys deserve it. They've worked their butts off all year. Have we slipped up a couple times here lately? Sure. But that's a part of getting everybody's best shot, being one of the top teams in the country. I think this group deserves their support. They bring it every day in practice. We're as connected as we've been all year long headed into this regional tournament. I think we've got as good of a chance to win it as anybody that's going down there. I don't care what the seedings are. Would have been nice to host it here at Tex, and that was one of our goals this year, and obviously we didn't get it done. But, we also still have a chance to advance to the Elite Eight and go down there and try to win 3 games in 4 days. And I like our group, and it would be nice to, see the navy blue and the gray and all of our Splitter fans supporting us down there. I think we'll get a decent crowd with our family and friends that come down there, but it would be nice to see some students and other supporters as well.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.